I will never suggest something like this. If you consult somebody and never do it on your own without any guidance, because do not play with pranic energy, do not play with what you call is the Mother Earth's energy or any kind of stones or crystals. If you either get a clear idea and then do it, and don't take it lightly that you do something, again you go wrong, again you redo it, again you go wrong, it doesn't give you long lasting effect, again you do. You cannot do these things so quickly, because every session, every therapy, every course, every class, or you're doing self-healing now, because no one is monitoring you. Okay, now you're in your self monitoring. So now what you're doing is you're again indulging in gossiping, you're indulging in the wrong food habits. So what is happening is you're again going back to your previous life, which you were before taking any spiritual therapy, any kind of spiritual practice, or say meditation if you do, and then you stop doing the meditation, and then you stop keeping your mind focused and balanced, and your aura cleansed. Your aura will again get distorted, because it will again get contaminated. The world and the atmosphere around us is not spiritually very uplifted, isn't it? So if you have gone through a particular, say, therapy or session or worked on yourself, do not waste it by again not practicing it in your life. You're taking away something from a session, a class, a course, whatever you are into. Or suppose you say you're practicing meditation yourself, or you are practicing crystal healing yourself, you're doing self-healing. So suppose you're in that journey for a 6 week or a 8 week or 1 month or a 5 day, for instance, then you are taking away something from those 5 days. Do not waste it, because that is a process which your mind and body goes through. What happens is, suppose you took something away from a journey, then when you waste it, you again go and practice it, you again lose it, again go and practice it. In this process, your body and your mind, it begins to get immune. This is not a good sign spiritually, because once your mind does something for the first time or the second time, the effect is something different. If you say you break a rule every time, what happens is your mind gets immune to breaking the rule, again redoing it, breaking the rule, again redoing it and making up for it. Then the effect which you are expecting for yourself will give you a very short-term benefit. It will not give you a long-term benefit, because your mind is getting immune. So try avoiding any wrong practice which you have given up for the sake of spirituality. Suppose you have taken an oath, you have promised to the Almighty, to the Mother Earth and the crystal in which you are doing your meditation, that you have given up backbiting. Okay? Or suppose you have given up reacting to backbiting. If someone is talking a mischief against you or trying to hurt you, you have chosen a particular spiritual way of reacting to it, and you have promised that you will not get your aura contaminated. Then you have to continue doing it. Do not break it, because once you break it, again your aura will contaminate, again you'll go for aura cleansing. Then if you repeat this process again and again, what happens is, as I said, your mind gets immune somehow. So the effect you receive, the energy that you receive, those deteriorate. Because of this, you lose, you become so much immune to again doing the same and like contaminating your aura and again cleansing it, that the effect, the impact that it has, it reduces on its own. So do not do that. Try, once your aura is cleansed, try to maintain it, try to go with the flow and make a conscious effort that I will not let my aura contaminate. Again, when you go out of, say, suppose a 6 months or 8 months, again you need any kind of session or a therapy which you're doing, you're practicing it yourself, that's okay. But at least at 6 to 8 months it should. If the time duration is very, very short of your aura needing to be cleansed again and again, say a week, within a week, your course is over and you are again getting into negativity, that means something is wrong. It means you were not sincere in doing the therapy and the practice, because you should not need it again so soon. Once you are into therapy, it should last at least for 6 to 8 months. I repeat, even if you're doing a self therapy, for example, you're doing some sort of meditation or some sort of healing, say distant healing or personal touch healing or hands-on healing, whatever you are doing, the duration should be long lasting. If it is not long lasting, then you have to understand something somewhere is going wrong within you and within you, with your sincerity. You're not doing it sincerely. Otherwise, the cleansing process needs a very a specific amount of duration and a time, before which you again cannot start cleansing for aura and going for any kind of such therapy, because see, these are very heavy therapies. These it's very, the energy that you receive from Mother Earth is no child's play. The energy that you receive from any crystal is no child play. Even if you're doing some sort of meditation actively with some yogasana, when you're combining, there is no child's play. You're completely taking and playing with the pranic urja if you're doing it lightly, and if you're doing it without any guidance. Kinetic energy, for example, some of my clients are like, they wanted to do kinetic yoga but it didn't suit them, so I didn't recommend it for them. And some have never practiced yoga in their lives, but kinetic yoga with the breathing therapy was actually would suit them. And I knew that, like, while working on them, I got to know that gradually their inclination was so strong, they came out like it worked wonders and miraculous on them. They really enjoyed the kinetic yoga sessions they did with the crystal healing. It benefited them miraculously, and by analyzing them, by working on them in the process, in the mid process, I introduced kinetic yoga to them, because when you interact, while counseling, while interacting with them, I got to know of the deeper issues, the deeper emotional sensitivity they were encountering since many years, and there was this imbalance. I got to know the emotional pain they were going through, because they were very emotional sensitivity within them deep down was of many years. They were hurt, and they were not very expressive within themselves also. So this breathing exercise really benefited them. And just in between any and by the grace of Mother Earth, by the grace of Almighty, they responded very well to the kinetic energy transfer sessions and their crystal healing. They were, it was not as if they did it for the first time. When I asked them that, have you done it before, because the way they were responding, they said they have never practiced any kind of yoga asana before. Even for few clients, I recommend them Padmasana yogasana along with rose quartz crystal healing, but this was not for those particular clients about whom I'm talking. They needed that breathing exercise and that kinetic power yogasana with certain kind of stones, which do not apply to those set of clients I'm talking about. They needed the kinetic that does not apply to those set of clients I'm talking about, because they needed that kind of kinetic yogasana sessions and the particular kind of stones to heal them, because they had the past history of certain medical and for emotional issues also. They had a history of long back, which I would not like to reveal. So yes, they needed those particular kind of therapy, and wonderfully they responded. It was 50% because of their sincere effort, the way they did it, and they came out like with flying colors, and the effect was so long lasting. I think it's been some 1.5 years, even they after 6 months they had again got in touch with me, and we did a small counseling session of I needed to check how they are going now. If they wanted that, please see that again, I would want to go for a session. And I told them that you don't need it. When you counsel, you get to know of their aura. Their aura was going perfect. It was in their body, mind and soul was in complete alignation. The frequency was not dispersed. I would not say not dispersed at all. 10 to 20% it was dispersed, because when you get back to your normal life, the it's bound to, it will get dispersed, because you cannot practice that heavy, those heavy practices and sessions where when you're doing, when you're into something. So yes, 10 to 20% they were dispersed, but otherwise they were in sync.